Hey, how are you today? If you're just tuning into one of my videos and you haven't looked at them before, I just want to let you know that my name is Karen Campbell and I'm an artist, and I founded awesomeartschool.com, and I also am the author of the How to Draw Fun Fab Faces series along with my new book Mixed Media Magic. And the reason I'm popping into your inbox so much lately was just because I wanted to share some thoughts, give you some tips and words of encouragement, and even do a drawing lesson, which we're going to be doing in the next video. So I hope you're enjoying these videos and getting something out of them. I put a lot of thought and hard work into all my free content, as well as my paid content, but and maybe you follow me on YouTube already. I don't know, I have almost 300 videos on there, so if you haven't checked that out, there's so much to go watch and see in addition to these ones that you're lucky enough to get delivered to your house personally lately. So thank you for watching if you've been opening up your emails and enjoying the content. I really hope that you have. So the last email I sent, we talked about overcoming your fear of starting work on a blank page. And today I wanted to talk about another common fear that people have when getting started in a new art career or embarking on a creative journey that they haven't like participated in quite a while, or if they've always like harbored like a secret desire to do it all their life and you just haven't mustered up the courage or haven't had the time or the resources to get into it. So I want to address those today because I think it's a really common fear, but I want to help everybody overcome their fears so they can start getting creative, because it's just such a healthy and fun hobby, and it is real rewarding. It can be monetarily rewarding, it can be soulfully rewarding, and it's a great thing to do with grandchildren. It's a great thing to make gifts for people. I mean, there's so many reasons that you can be creative. So if it's something that you've aspired to do and to be more of lately, I want to help you on your journey. I think it's awesome. I try to do it each and every day myself, and so reaching out and helping others is like my most favorite thing to do. So today I want to talk about the fear of being intimidated by others' talents and their talents. And like, you know, it's easy to just go on Facebook and Pinterest and Google art, and like, it can be kind of soul crushing sometimes, right? You like have an idea, like, I want to draw a penguin, and then you look at the pictures and then you're like, oh, I can never draw a penguin like that. And you just automatically like, it's like soul crushing to like look at these magnificent works of art and then be like, think that you can do one of those, and it just becomes ridiculous almost to even think that that could happen, and then you just don't. So I do love to provide so many tutorials, and we'll get into that later. And then the next email you're gonna get from me, we're actually gonna do an actual class together. So the first video I did kind of like, or the first email I kind of did like a demo. I wanted to show you something, but the next email we're gonna actually have a lesson, and we'll talk about the fear that like learning actual skills can overcome. Just give you a little sneak peek of what's coming. But in this one, it was so funny. I was getting the idea for this video, and then I thought, I can't be the only one who has this fear, because I did too. I mean, I'm 42, I have a teenager, a tweenager, right? And kind of a older elementary school student. And I didn't launch my art school till 2 years ago. So I was 40 when I felt like I like hit the ground really running. You know, that's not, that's not like a 20-year-old who's just graduating from art school and getting a start. Like, I'm like 20 years late, and everyone's journey is completely different. And I just want, the only reason I bring that up is that like, we all have our own journey. And I want you to put your blinders on when you think about your abilities and where you're at, and not to compare yourself to anyone else. It's really important to put your blinders on and to just focus on you, because everyone can learn to draw. Everyone can learn to paint. I don't care who you are, man, woman, I don't care how old you are. Like, it's all good and we can do it. You just need someone to teach you the skills to do that. But this also got me started to think, I bet you there's tons of famous people out there who are like super famous who got really quote unquote late starts in life, right? Because it's all relative. My grandmother, by the way, is 102 years old and she's still rocking on this earth. And like, she didn't start playing tennis until she was in her 60s. 60s, and you think, oh, 60s old. If you're, 18, you think 60s old. And then I think to myself, no, she still had 40 years to go after she learned to play. I mean, 40 years? That's like my whole life up until this point. So it's just all relative, and you just need to remember that. And so I started thinking and Googling, and I just had to share this with you because I thought it was so funny. Quickly, a list of people that hit their prime or hit their like stride when they were, just not blooming fresh graduates out of college. Let's just put it that way. So check out this list with me. It's super fun. All right, are you ready for a really fun list? Let's do it. First of all, Vera Wang didn't start designing wedding gowns until the age of 40. Julia Childs didn't even start cooking until she was 36. Stan Lee published his very first comic book at the age of 39, and Samuel L. Jackson his first acting gig at 43. Henry Ford was 45 when he invented the Model T. Harland Sanders, or Colonel Sanders, was 62 when he first franchised KFC. Laura Ingalls Wilder published her very first book, Little House on the Prairie, at the age of 65. Anna Mary Robertson Moses, otherwise known as Grandma Moses, is a famous artist whose works sell for millions of dollars. Didn't start painting until the age of, you ready for it? 78. Lucille Ball was 40 when she started the I Love Lucy show. Toni Morrison was 40 upon publishing her first novel. Morgan Freeman didn't star in his first movie until he was 52. And the beloved Millard Kaufman wrote his very first novel at the age of 90. And you might know him best for creating the famous character, the adorable Mr. Magoo. So I hope you enjoyed this really fun list of late starters, superstars, and I hope at the very least it just motivates you and convinces you to understand that you can rock this life and this artistic habit and hobby and career at any day, at any time you feel like it. And don't worry about anyone else but yourself. In the meantime, if you want to check out my YouTube channel, there is a zillion tutorials to get you started and on your way. And in the next email, you can look forward to a very special drawing lesson with just me and you. Okay, I'll see you there. Thanks, guys.